Today we come together as Americans, Montanans that have the desire to protect our constitutional republic that is under attack by our government, siding with the UN and the OIC, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, to infiltrate the U.S. with refugees. I appreciate and I am honored to stand with those that want to stand against tyranny. Thank you all for your courage. God bless our country and God bless Montana. It is said that Islam is the religion of peace, but this is a narrow, defensive, early Meccan version of Islam. I want to give you a broad, offensive, latter, Medinan version that supersedes the early version of peace. This is deceit through abrogation. This is dualism. The preach of peace, but the intent is war, much like the Trojan horse. The United Nations determines who will be a refugee and just where that refugee will end up geographically. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation is a religious and political organization consisting of 57 member countries. The UN refers to as states. 56 of those members are members of the UN. The OIC is a collective Muslim voice that acts as an ummah, which means to apply the Sharia. The OIC dominates the application process, and that's where Christians get the shaft. Muslims then migrate into the Western Hemisphere and become U.S. citizens that vote, receive cash stipends, social services by the feds, state, and volunteer organizations like the billion-dollar IRC, International Refugee Committee, or Resettlement, whatever, committee. And by the volunteer organizations like this billion-dollar IRC and the Catholic charities that received $2 billion last year for bringing in Somalians and others to America. Beware! Your church or political organization, in the appearance of goodwill, is more than likely involved in one way or another to aid in the Islamic Caliphate. There are 9 main major refugee resettlement organizations called VOLAGs, volunteer agencies, with approximately 450 affiliated organizations throughout the country like Soft Landings in Missoula and Rural Montana here in Helena. Or not here in Helena, sorry, I'm in Missoula. I've been all over the place. I've been everywhere, man. Many are ran by former refugees. Below are the 9 VOLAGs that operate today. The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, the Lutheran Immigrant Aid Society, International Rescue Committee, World Relief Corporation, Immigrant and Refugee Services of America, Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society, Church World Services, Domestic and Foreign Missionary Services of the Episcopal Church of the USA, and the Ethiopian Community Development Center. The Muslim oppression has entered into our politics to influence schools, our laws, civil rights, and then their demands of halal food, prayer 5 times a day, and female genital mutilation.
Yeah, ma'am, what you need to say is we're not preaching hate, okay?
I already did.
It's not hate.
I already did that. I'll let you get up here and speak. Oh, and by the way, it would be my pleasure for Christine Kaufman to be the first in line along with the other feminazis. If they want to line up for their Sharia-compliant female genital mutilation. Let me know how it works out for you, darling. Okay? The Dr. Bill Warner, of politicalislam.com, shares the scientific statistical methods applied to the Islamic texts shown below. Okay? Islam is far more of a political system than a religion. There is no unmitigated good in Islam for the kafir. That's a non-Muslim. Islam's ethical system is dualistic. It is not based on the golden rule. And Islamic doctrine cannot be reconciled with the concepts of human rights and our Constitution. And the great majority, 96% of all Islamic doctrine, is about subjugating women. The Sunnah, what Muhammad did and said, is more important than the Quran in a Muslim's daily life. Remember, any law under the Sharia may be broken on kafir infidel land. That means non-believer of Islam. It is more important to live and push jihad through migration. This is Muhammad's dream and Council of American Islamic Relations theme. Islam is dualistic, militant, political, legal, totalitarian system that hides under the veil of religion. And for 1,400 years, it has been responsible for 270 million deaths of Christians, Jews, Hindus, Buddhists, Muslims, and apostates of Islam. Those that